Hello, beautiful, gorgeous, divine souls. I'm super happy to be here. I'm Shaman Durek. For those of you who don't know me, and for those who do, I love you dearly. And those from coming in for the first time, I love you as well. I'm such an honor to show up and hold space for you. It gives me greatest joy. Thank you for allowing me to hold space for your geniusness. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to give you wisdom and information that supports your life on the highest level. Thank you for allowing me to be here and to demonstrate to you how amazing you are. And I'm just really grateful to be able to have that space. I'm grateful for to be able to have, Instagram provide a platform for me to be able to share my love with you. And I'm very grateful for your, your willingness to show up and to be here, to hold space, for yourselves, for your amazingness. So that being said, let's get into some support for the tribe. So for those of you, anyone who wants to go live with me, please let me know, and we can start this live and really kick it off with a good energy. Let's see. Now, I know that there's some people here who's already mentioned that they do want to go live. So let's take a look at that and go into that space. I'm going to go with, and so, uh,
Hello.
hello, my darling.
How are you?
I'm
Thank you.
great,
Thank you for choosing me.
of course. So now let's take a look at how I can support you because I want to be able to hold the highest space support for you. So, what exactly are you having difficulty with right now in your life that you feel it's been burdensome?
The problem that I have is that I've been struggling with money. Actually, all my financials are going to. I already have a heritage, let's say, from my mom and everything, and like 2 years ago, and I run a company that is my company, but I'm like this. So at the end, I have to take from that financial from that savings, and now I'm out.
To ask Spirit some questions about you, in regards to what you're doing and how you're doing things. Spirit, why is there an up and down process? Why is the security not secure in the sense of providing her what she needs when God loves her so much? Spirit says you don't trust in their support. Why doesn't she trust in your support? Spirit says that you spend more time worrying and less time believing. Spirit says that you go into worry and you think that the more you worry and the more stress you create and the more doubt you create and the more these type of things you create, that that's going to make the universe save you or that something's going to come through and fix it for you. And it doesn't work that way. Energetically, it doesn't work that way. Spirit says that the only way that people can benefit from God's love is by having trust and faith in God impeccably. That means what? That means that when you ask for something, you say thank you, and then you let Spirit show you how it's going to manifest. You don't go, ask for something. Is it going to happen? Ask for something. Am I going to have enough? Am I going to run out? What if I run out of money? Oh my God, what am I going to do? These type of things are creating lack of trust, fear-based energies that do not support the support and help that is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from the source. So now I want to look at why you choose darkness over the light. So Spirit, tell me, why does she choose to listen to the darkness that invokes fear, worry, doubt, insecurity, and scarcity thinking? Why is she listening to that more so than listening to the light? Uh-huh. Spirit says that you were in a situation where someone hurt you and you felt like they didn't support you or hold support for you. And so, because of that, you have chosen to be angry and upset and wanting to prove, you want to prove the downfall. So, it's kind of like, I'm upset and I'm angry. I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel like this person didn't really come through like they said they were. And so what you're doing is you're playing a game called Watch Me Fall Down. and I am going to complain and suffer all the way falling down. It's a form of self-sabotage that you're doing to make to work out the anger and frustration you have. So who is this person that let you down and promised you things and you were disappointed?
My siblings, my brother and my sister.
Okay.
They betray everything, and I stopped talking to them, and it was hell before my mom died, and then after she died, they were like all overprotecting with her, and they were telling me whatever you can imagine of things, and they betrayed me. They didn't trust me. They just betrayed me, so I stopped talking to them. So I live in peace since I did that. But I stopped talking to them.
But you're not living in peace because you're still angry about it, and you're using the anger to make yourself suffer, so that way you can say, like, because you didn't support me and love me and hold me in the highest light, look at what's happening to me. No one cares about me. No one's there for me. No one's helping me. No one's this for me. This is what Spirit says is your anthem. So your anthem is, no one cares about me. No one's there for me. And no one supports me. I have to do it all on my own. And that's what Spirit says your anthem is. And because you're saying that anthem, Spirit has to make sure that that anthem becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy.
How can I stop that? Because I don't know that.
I understand, baby, and I'm here with you, okay? And I love you. So let me figure this out. Spirit, as she needs to do to stop that. Okay. So first thing I need you to do is I need you to communicate with you. I need you to start activating your feminine energy. So I need you to say feminine energy.
I didn't listen that.
Say feminine energy. So you're communicating to your feminine. Say feminine energy.
Feminine energy.
Educate my ego.
Educate my ego.
And my mind.
And my mind.
That your wisdom. Supports everything they want to manifest.
Support everything they want to manifest.
Good. Tell me when you feel that. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Now, say feminine energy.
Feminine energy.
Educate the mind and the emotion. Educate the mind and the ego.
Educate the mind and the ego.
That your wisdom.
That your wisdom.
And guidance. Comes with amazing benefits for them.
Come with amazing benefits for them.
So what's happening now? If you've read my book, Spirit Hacking, you realize that you're releasing green gas out of your body. And that's what darkness is, to control you like a puppet. Now, darkness infiltrates you. It puts green gas and makes you breathe it into your being by incorrect thinking and malfunction in thinking. So now, because you're giving what we call rightful action. So let me tell you what rightful action is, okay? Rightful action means that most people live their lives in the masculine perception of life, governed by the misuse of the patriarchic energy on the planet, okay? So the patriarchic energy on the planet is that the man, or the masculine energy, is the builder and knows best on how to support and secure life and finances and you name it. And everything is tied into that belief system. However, the true energy resource of the planet is the feminine energy. It is the feminine wisdom. And I'll tell you why. Because when the masculine energy deals with the unknown, it doesn't know how to handle the unknown. So it takes the information that it already knew and tries to apply it to something that it has never experienced. In that moment, the mind is monopolizing on the idea that it is making assumptions and ideas and concepts that have nothing to do with the unknown, because the unknown belongs to the feminine. It belongs to the open wounds, the open womb of the universe. And the only one who understands how to access the unknown is the feminine. So when the mind goes in to access the unknown, it starts creating all kinds of assumptions, and then it starts going off of past experiences, and it starts going in all these circles, and it makes you so confused that you go straight to fear. And you use fear as a motivator to motivate you, and that is not what divine wants for you. The energy of the feminine is able to operate on a quantum level. It knows exactly where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, what types of people are the right people, what type of everything is everything, because it senses energy in its truth. Remember, frequency acknowledges truth. The mind can create all kinds of stories, and right? And it can confuse you because the mind likes to make assumptions and ideas and analyze, but it can only analyze what it's experienced before. It can never analyze what's new. So the emotions, the feminine, can tell you exactly what something is. So it's the one that has to educate the mind and educate the ego, so that the education of knowledge that's coming through is first through the feminine, then tells the masculine what to build, how to build it, where to set up camp, where to do this, where to do that, right? So what you've been doing is you've been going to your mind, the masculine, trying to think of all these ways to pull yourself out of the situation you're in. And then you get confused because your mind doesn't have the knowledge and the wisdom to give you that information. So then you go straight to fear, straight to lack, straight to scarcity, straight to anything of worry, because now the mind doesn't have the knowledge or the information. Do you understand?
Yes.
So when we connect into the feminine, so say this right now, say feminine wisdom.
Feminine wisdom.
Tell my mind what type of mindset it needs to have.
Tell my mind what kind of mindset it needs to have
to generate financial prosperity and sustainable prosperity.
to generate financial prosperity and sustainable prosperity. Peace.
Say feminine emotions.
Feminine emotion.
Demonstrate what that peace feels like in my body.
Demonstrate how does that peace feels in my body. Like here, like.
Let me tell you something that a lot of people don't share with people, but I'm going to share it with you so you can understand how the universe operates. Okay? Anytime you do anything in life, I don't care if it's something you get involved in, a conversation you're in, a person you're hanging out with, whatever it may be on the physical plane, you'll always know if you're in alignment with God when you feel peace, when you feel ease, when you feel everything's going to be great, when you feel that sensation of, this is great. It feels like I'm on it, like just everything is just comforting. Okay. When you are not in alignment with God, I'll tell you what you're going to feel. You're going to feel expectation. You're going to feel stress. You're going to feel fearful. You're going to feel pressure. And this is something to pay attention to. When you feel pressure, when you make a choice to do something in life and you feel a sense of pressure, that's because your soul is not in alignment. That means God's will is not aligned with your will. Every time you're aligned with God's will, it feels like ease. It feels so easy. It feels graceful. It feels like you can breathe. So I want you to say, feminine spirit.
Feminine spirit.
Show me what the pressure feels like when I'm not aligned with your wisdom and God's wisdom.
Show me like the pressure feels when you're not aligned with God's wisdom,
when I'm not in alignment.
When I'm not in alignment
with God's will.
With God's will.
And with your wisdom.
And with your wisdom. I feel here, like her, like something weird here.
Yes. Right? Now.
I feel like crying.
Yes. It's very simple to know when we are not aligned with God's will. Okay? Now, say emotions, or you can say feminine, divine feminine.
Divine feminine.
Show me what it feels like.
Show me how what it feels like
when I'm in alignment to God's will.
When I'm in alignment with God's will.
Or I'm listening to your wisdom.
Or I'm listening to your wisdom. Again, it's like a feeling here in the heart, like when you finish like yoga or something, like meditation, like
yes, it's that moment after yoga where you feel that peace.
Yeah,
it's like when you're sitting on a park bench and the wind is blowing and there's just that peace.
Yes,
when you feel this light, fluffy feeling, that's how you know you're in alignment.
Okay.
And it's the same thing when communicating to spirit. You could say hello in your head and notice when you say hello in your thoughts, there's a push of energy inside of you. So go ahead, push hello into your consciousness.
Yes.
And tell me if you can feel the push.
Like trying to talk or something?
Yes, that's it. It's a push.
Yes.
Now, say, spirit, say hello to me in my consciousness.
Spirit, say hello to me in my consciousness. It's like a blow. I hear it, but I something like a blow, like a wind.
That's right. That's how you know when you're talking to spirit. And that's how you know when you're actually making these things up, when you're pushing energy in. If I say right now, spirit, tell me something beautiful about our beloved here. They said she's really powerful at bringing things together artistically. Thank you, spirit. Tell me something else about our beloved. They said you're masterful at writing. You have a clever mind.
I always thought that I couldn't write.
Right, but who are you listening to?
I think darkness or something.
Yes. Now watch. Say, God, can I write?
Can I write? Yes.
God, how good am I as a writer?
God, how good am I as a writer? Good, because you write like you talk or something like that.
Yeah.
And why am I thinking that I'm not?
Why didn't I think I was a good writer?
Why did I think that I wasn't a good writer?
Always address who you're speaking to, so that
God.
the dark don't try to get involved in your conversation.
Okay.
God,
why did I think that I wasn't a good writer? Because my family was always telling me so.
Yeah, it's always someone else. It's always some family member or some friend or some person in society saying something about you that you're bringing home to your house. One thing we remember about life is that no matter what anyone says about you, whatever stories people speak about you, what anyone ever calls you a name or says something to you, you never bring it home. You always leave it out. You always go, oh, is that how you feel? Oh, is that what you think? Okay, well, thank you for letting me know how you feel and getting that off your chest. And that's that. And then you go about your day. You let them off the hook. You let yourself off the hook. You don't take it home. You don't take it home. When you take it home, it looks like this. Let's say someone says, Shaman Durek, you're an asshole. Okay? Someone says, Shaman Durek, you're an asshole. Oh, is that how you feel I am? Okay, thank you for letting me know. Okay? That's me not taking it home. I don't really care. I already know who I am. I'm not taking it home. Okay? Me taking it home is, oh my God, I can't believe that person called me an asshole. How could they say that to me? Like, I'm such a good person. The moment I take it home is when I make it about me. That's called narcissism. That means I'm making it about me. It's not about me. Someone else's views and ideas and concepts have nothing to do with me. Darkness wants you to make it about you. That's how darkness gets in. It says something to you, and then you take it in. You bring it home. You deliver it to your temple. You say, I'm taking this into my house that God built. This is my house. Why am I bringing shit in my house? Why am I bringing broken chairs and broken tables and broken mirrors into my house? I want beautiful things in my house. I want beautiful, wonderful, inspiring, life-transforming things in my house. Someone said something to you, you don't bring it home. You go, oh, okay. Well, obviously they're not existing in a dimension of pure love, or they wouldn't be saying that. So obviously they're in pain and they're existing in a lower dimension. And you just bless them, pray for them, light a candle for them, but you don't take it home. You'll say this to your emotions.
Emotions.
Educate my mind and my ego.
Educate my mind and my ego.
To not take home anything.
To not take home anything.
That isn't reflective of God's love.
That isn't reflective of God's love.
And tell them the benefits of that.
And show them
benefit
and tell them the benefits
of that.
I feel again here.
Release.
Yes.
Let me explain something to you, okay? The masculine energy will never change unless it knows the benefits of why it should change. Always remember this. If you communicate to a man or who's operating on a masculine energy, or you communicate to your ego, which is held in a masculine identity, or you communicate to your mind, which operates on masculine energy, you will never get your mind to change, and you will never get your ego to evolve, and you will never get a man to listen to you if you do not explain the benefits. The difference with the feminine and the masculine is very interesting in the degree of understanding the proportion of what happens energetically. Feminine energy doesn't need to know the benefits. Feminine energy wants to know that peace and harmony will be maintained.
I'm feeling a pressure here. So shall I just let go and trust and keep doing what I'm doing? Am I doing the right thing? Again, because everybody's telling me that I have to go back to work.
Again, feminine energy. Feminine energy.
Go
to your mind. Feminine energy. Show me what I'm supposed to do.
Show me what I'm supposed to do.
For my highest good.
For my highest good.
And what did the feminine spirit tell you?
I can't hear.
You can't what?
Hear.
You can't hear? Yes, you can. It's not a hearing, it's a feeling. Say, feminine energy, give me what I'm supposed to do.
Give me what I'm supposed to do.
Give me the feeling of what I'm supposed to do.
Give me the feeling of what I'm supposed to do. I feel peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear something creative, but I don't know what.
Don't worry about I don't know what. Stop saying I don't know what. Feminine spirit. Give me of what I am supposed to do that's creative.
Give me of what am I supposed to do that is creative.
Give me a feeling.
Give me a feeling.
And that the emotion is like an ocean. It moves through the feeling frequency. That's how it knows that something is real and not real. the mind moves through a frequency of intellect. And so the mind, if not trained properly through the feminine, operates on its own ability to assume and analyze and assume and analyze. And it stays in what we call a perpetual loop of assumption and analyzation, which is very confusing for a soul to sojourn on earth when they're constantly having to constantly back and forth, second guess, wonder if it's going to happen, this thing, that thing, analyzing this, assumption of this, where the emotions doesn't analyze, the emotions do not assume. The emotion feels what's there and then communicates what's there. So if you say emotions, show me what Shaman Durek's emotions feel like.
Show me what Shaman Durek emotions feels like. You're happy.
Of course.
It's relaxing and
happy when people may look at my life and go, oh wow, that's a horrible thing that's happening to you. I'm still happy because I know that everything that comes at me dark is an opportunity for me to show up with love, an opportunity for me to show up with wisdom, an opportunity for me to show up with a new type of consciousness. You see, everything in life is about an opportunity too. So right now, what is God giving you an opportunity to do right now?
to learn how to trust.
How about God is giving you another wonderful opportunity for you to trust in spirit? God is giving you an opportunity for you to tell yourself beautiful things about yourself. God is giving you an opportunity to stop bringing things home to your temple. God is giving you another opportunity to believe in who you are. God is giving you an opportunity to love those people who hurt you.
I thought I didn't have any more anger on me.
God is giving you an opportunity to let go of your anger. Let go of the belief of unfairness. You see, a lot of times what people don't understand is that when you go into thoughts of unfairness, your mind starts creating why things are unfair for you immediately. So if you go, it's not fair because of this, and I had to go through this, and it's not fair if they did this to me, and it's not fair of this, then the mind goes, okay, let's demonstrate what that looks like empathically. I'm going to demonstrate you losing money. I'm going to demonstrate you having health issues. I'm going to demonstrate for you not being able to get ahead in life. I'm going to demonstrate for you not to be able to have vision or ideas that could move you from this place to that place. I'm going to demonstrate for you every way that we can support your beliefs on unfairness. That's what the mind does.
And actually, the irony is that I fought so much for the money and everything, and now I lost everything.
Let's change your words from "I lost everything" to "I lost only to gain more."
I lost only to get more.
To gain more.
To gain more.
My loss was because of my ego.
I lost was because of my ego.
Because I wasn't coming into a rightful thinking with myself.
Because I wasn't coming to a rightful thinking with myself.
Because I haven't been honoring my feminine.
Because I haven't been honoring my feminine.
Exactly. Exactly. When you honor your feminine, you honor your intuition, you honor your what we call your clear knowing. It is the wisdom of the divine mother that tells the masculine divine father what to build and why to build it. If your feminine is not giving information to your ego and to your mind, and your mind and ego are running off their own ideas and concepts, you're in great danger. Because the feminine is able to recognize all things that support you in the highest level of your being. One of the biggest reasons why we have so many difficulties on planet Earth, okay, is because the feminine was not honored in the highest light for its wisdom and its ability to sense danger. If people went to their feminine and said, feminine spirit, should I split this atom? The feminine spirit would say no, because the feminine spirit would see all of the possibilities of what would happen if that was to happen. We wouldn't have atomic bombs and nuclear weapons on planet Earth. We have atomic bombs and nuclear weapons on planet Earth because the masculine mind wants to be rewarded for its intelligence. So it, despite the protection and the survival or the thriving of humanity and animals and life forms on the planet, it does not see that as the number one reason to make a decision about doing something or not doing something. Because the feminine spirit would say, life will be destroyed. This is a no. The mind would then say, but what about all the glory I would get? And what about all the rewards and the accolades? And what about all the things? And the emotions would say, that is not important as it is to represent and protect all of life. That's the reason why if you date a man in life and a man is operating in masculine energy, he will leave the relationship eventually if he doesn't feel rewarded by you over and over and over and over and over, because men are so insecure when it comes to the need for continuous reward. If they don't feel like you're waking up in the morning and saying, baby, I love you. You're so hot. You're so amazing. I love how smart you are. Oh, you turn me on. I love your jeans. I love how you make money. I love when you make money, it turns me on. Oh my God. That man will be making money. He'll be doing everything in the right way, because men generate energy by seeing that their process of experience is met with reward. Women generate energy. The feminine generates energy through the process of acknowledgement and trust. All women want to hear, all the feminine wants to hear is, I appreciate your wisdom. I trust you impeccably. I love listening to what you have to say. I'm holding space for you, my love. Share with me what you feel. That's how the feminine gets acknowledged. That's how the feminine expands. That's how the feminine becomes more powerful. That's how the feminine feels seen and sexy and wonderful and yummy and, oh my God, my man loves me. Or, oh my God, I feel so wonderful. That's the reason why little girls date bad guys, because they have fathers who didn't hold that for them. Fathers that didn't say, I see you, I value you, I value your wisdom. I want to hear you, daughter. I want to hear what you have to say. I love you. That's why they choose bad men, because they choose men who don't see them, who don't give them the space to speak, who don't give them the floor to share their wisdom, who don't honor the way that they perceive and process this world. Big mistake we've made. Big, huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. But these mistakes can be redeemed. These things can be rectified. These things can change, but it's going to take us to keep going back to the feminine within ourselves. The way we heal the feminine on the outside is healing the feminine on the inside. That goes for women and men, because there's a lot of women who have abandoned the feminine wisdom. They don't trust what they feel. They don't trust their intuition, and they make choices after choices based on analyzation and assumption. And that is killing the feminine energy. It's suffocating it. It's limiting it.
And to bring it to me, can I talk to her like now all the time? Or
right now she's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And I just refer to her like feminine spirit.
Divine mother, divine sister, divine feminine. Yes. She knows way more than any masculine energy could ever figure out, because masculine energy operates on the context of information. It does not operate on the context of frequency, acknowledged frequency in its truest form. That's why whenever I want to do something, all I do is go, feminine spirit, tell me what's going on in this room. And the feminine goes, these people are thinking negative. These people over here are really excited about new projects. This person over here is doing da-da-da-da. And then I take the feminine, and the feminine tells the mind, and then the mind goes, oh, okay, that's great. Let's go to spirit and get some information. So then the mind goes, spirit, what is the thing that we can do to help this situation? Then the spirit tells the mind what to do. And then the mind gets the information from the feminine. Then the mind should go to spirit and get information from God. And then God gives rightful action to the mind. And then the mind makes choices that govern the alignment of the divine. It's not that difficult for us to figure out on planet Earth, but we make it difficult because we keep denying the feminine. And that's why we are in the rise of the feminine. When we say the rise of the feminine, that means more people being aware of their relationship with the feminine and their ability to seek the feminine first. You know, the whole idea of men should open the door for women? They should, because a woman should walk in first. Okay. It's just the way it is. Whenever I come up with an idea or a concept or anything, I run it by my fiance, I run it by my sister, I run it by my nieces, and I get what they have to say. When I run it by men who are masculine, my masculine male friends, it's like, well, you know, I was thinking maybe you could. They don't have clarity because they're not operating in their feminine to masculine knowledge. I'm not saying that men are stupid. I'm not saying that men are incapable. What I'm saying is that men have to communicate to their feminine to bring in rightful action through the masculine understanding.
I'm a woman and I'm not using her.
That's what I'm saying. That's okay. That's great. Now, guess what? God has given you another opportunity to do that. You see, a lot of times when we don't do something or we're making that are contrary to our best choices in life, we get upset with ourselves and beat up on ourselves. That's not what God wants. God doesn't want you to see that you're doing something wrong and then use that as a hammering tool to beat up on yourself and make yourself feel even worse than you felt before. That's not what God wants. What God wants is for you to see that there's another global opportunity, another amazing opportunity for you to make a different choice. Beating up on yourself does nothing. Telling a kid you're bad and sending them to the room does nothing. Helping them understand that they can make a different choice, helping them see why this isn't giving them something in life that would be beneficial is everything. I told one of my friends, I said, if you told your man every time he takes the baby bag and you tell him to pack all these things, and then you get to the park and you open up the baby bag for things you need for your kid while you're at the park with your husband, and you realize he didn't pack certain things in the bag, that's because you didn't tell him the reason why those things are necessary. You just told him, pack these things in the bag. So he's like, okay, fine, I'm packing it in the bag. But if you said, the reason why we need the bottle is because of this. The reason why we need the diapers is because of this. The reason why we need this is because of this. The reason why we need this is because of this. Because remember, the masculine energy does not, if it doesn't know the value of something, then it just does whatever it wants to do.
Maybe that's why I work like 24/7 and I don't get anywhere, because the mind is keeping me in the computer.
Yeah. And maybe your feminine energy is like, hey, okay, that's fine. You did this work. Now it's time to dance. Or, hey, that's fine. Let's write some poetry. Or, hey, that's fine. Let's go hang out with beautiful people. Or, hey, let's go to a place where there's music. Like, the feminine energy tells you where to move, what to do.
And I don't let her.
My meditations, if you ever come into any of my meditation apps or my meditations, and people come and call me and say, how come I'm feeling chills moving through my body when I'm listening to you? How come I feel things happening to me? That's because everything I do when I put people through meditations or healings or whatever, I'm activating your feminine, which activates your body instantly. When you go into meditation and you're sitting there for an hour, okay, that may be great for some people, but all they're doing is activating their mind and their emotions aren't being activated. So what happens is they're not going to get the real experience of what they could feel in their body. The body needs to feel in order to believe. Right? Like if I put your hand out in front of me, okay? Now, tell me when you feel the energy that I'm going to send to your hand. Tell me when you feel it.
Now,
Right. Now, what are you feeling?
like little electric things in the palm.
That's right. Now, you felt that. So what is your mind doing? Your mind is going, okay, she felt that. So what do is you say, feminine,
Feminine,
educate the ego and the mind
educate the ego and the mind
that really happened.
that really happened. I feel more. I'm in the
Exactly.
fingers now.
Yeah. Because now you're telling the mind and the emotions, you're not going to second guess this. You're not going to put assumptions on this. You're not going to try to say it's something because the window is open or something in the room is making your hand tingle. You're going to listen. You're going to be fully present with the feminine and her teachings of you in the energy planes. The feminine spirit teaches you about the energy planes. The feminine spirit teaches you about the unknown. The feminine spirit teaches you when a spirit is in the room. The feminine spirit teaches you when negativity is around. The feminine teaches you when danger is abound. When the mind and the ego start listening to the feminine, you get liberated. You become liberated. So if you say, feminine spirit, demonstrate for my mind and ego
for my mind and
what
ego
God's love feels like.
What God's love feels like. It's like something, like pouring something like huge here that it comes out like,
Yes.
I don't know, like your happiness but 100 times.
Yes.
Like
yes. Yes. And you see, say, feminine, educate them that you felt that and that it's real. Because you see, the emotions tells you what's real and what's not real by feeling. That's why you have a human body. Because spirit knew that if you came to earth and you didn't have emotions and you couldn't feel in your body, you would not be able to protect yourself or make decisions that govern you in the right way. That's why it's so beautiful when people say, I don't know what path I'm supposed to be on. I'm like, yes, you do. You're just not listening to the part that knows. So when people make sessions with me and private sessions with me, like you have and stuff like that in the past, my role as a shaman is to awaken your awareness to how the universe operates, how the spirit world operates, how your system communicates properly.
So feminine educate that is the feeling and that is real.
When a scientist comes to me and says, I don't believe these things that you talk about, Shaman Durek, I'm like, okay. Of course you want it because your mind won't let you believe it because you're not in touch with your feminine. So one time I had this doctor come in and he was like, I don't really believe these things. My wife told me to come and see you and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden he sees me for a session. He starts shaking and crying and all this stuff is coming up. And he's like, how is this happening? I said, because I'm not playing with your mind. I don't care what your mind thinks. I'm activating your feminine spirit, and she's the one who's educating your ego and your mind in this moment right now. And she is the only one who can give you accurate proof. And what we're going to find out in the future is that psychology, medicine, all of these things will only become more how do we say, expanded when we start understanding how energy operates. And energy operates through the feminine spirit. And it has to educate the mind. It has to educate the ego
on the dimensional fields of energy. Human beings only pick up on a certain amount of energy depending upon how much their emotional self is evolved. And every time you connect into your intuition and your emotional self, that's why I give all these shamanic courses and webinars, because I'm training you to connect into these powers in the right way. Who cares if you have chakras if you don't know how to use your chakras? You know? Great, you can do Reiki, but Reiki is only one aspect of the power that can come through your being. Reiki is great, but do you know how to get Reiki into a person who's got walls and blocks up? There's a way to do it. And again, when we talk about having the ability to perceive psychically and intuitively, it all comes from the divine feminine. Without the divine mother, we're just human beings just walking around and using our powers to hurt each other, and incorrectly, because we don't see how it all connects. The divine feminine sees all of everything that connects. Like when I go to an event or a party or some kind of something, the first thing I do is tell my divine feminine to connect me to all the people that I'm supposed to meet, not the people that will waste my time and energy.
That's good.
All of a sudden, I start meeting certain people, and these people are so monumentally important in my life because Spirit chose them, because Spirit already knew they were going to be there, and Spirit already had a plan by me acknowledging the feminine. But if I go into that party with an agenda, which is the masculine, with the idea of, I need to go around the room and meet all these people and find out who they are because I want to, do this and do this and do this and do this, then I'm in danger, because the mind does not read the energy. It's the feminine that reads the energy. So I could be talking to someone who's a crook, who is a thief, who's narcissistic, who has ill intentions, who says one thing but does completely something different. I can't tell you how many times I've met someone who makes me believe through their words that they're something, but when I check in emotionally, it's like a big NO. My fiance will say to me, I don't trust that person. I go, oh, really? Why? Because I feel something's off. And even though my mind says, oh, wow, they're so amazing and they're saying all the amazing things to us, honey, something's off. I don't trust them. And sure enough, she's right. Friend says to me, I think my husband's cheating on me. He goes, but I don't want to think that about him because I don't want to judge him. I don't want to be crazy. I said, if you feel something, that could be either he's thinking of cheating on you or he already has. So you have to honor your feminine. And you need to be straight up. I feel that something's off. Either you're thinking of cheating on me or you cheated on me, but I feel it, and I'm not going to lie to my emotions. My emotions do not lie. Your emotions do not lie.
And can I ask, for example, to arrive in a place, can I ask it in my mind or I have to say it loud?
What are you talking about?
For example, that when you arrive to a place that you say feminine, show me, help me to connect.
Connect me with the right people who have the best intentions and the highest level of love for me. That's it.
But you say it loud.
Will get the feminine energy communicates through impulses inside of you. You will get a feeling that comes over you. It will not be a thought. It will be a feeling that comes over you. Go talk to that person. You'll feel the need to gravitate to them. That's how you know the feminine is leading you. Whenever I feel like literally. So I was talking to my buddy the other day, and I said, and he was telling everyone how we became friends. And he said, I was walking out of an event, magazine event, that I was supposed to go there for a press shoot. And I was so over it because it was just like people were pulling on me. My emotions was like, no, this is not the energy. I don't feel heavenly right now. This is not the place where I'm supposed to be. So I started leaving with my buddy who was visiting from New York. All of a sudden, I felt this energy to turn around and look at this one guy. I felt him. I started staring at him. He turns around, starts looking at me, and we captured eyes and started feeling like each other's energy. He goes, hi. He goes, are you Shaman Durek? I said, yes. He goes, hi, my name is Jesse. And then all of a sudden, we just felt that was it. And we left and didn't communicate. And then a year later, we connected again and became good friends. And it was all through the feeling. I feel things. If I have friends in my life that I don't feel that I want to call them, I don't call them because I don't feel it. That means that my emotional self, my intuition is not leading me there. When I even talk to you, I have my feminine energy telling me what to tell you.
Okay.
See, even as I'm talking to you, I have a feeling inside of you that you feel that it can't be this easy. I've already felt that inside of you. I feel feeling internally because the feminine energy can sense everything you're thinking about and feeling and going into that is not the energy that takes you where you need to go. Someone said, what is the masculine good for? The masculine is good for once it gets the wisdom from the feminine and then it decides that it's going to build or create or do something, an action that brings whatever the feminine needs to bring to fruition. And if the masculine doesn't understand it, it should go to spirit and God, not operate on its own reconnaissance, because the masculine energy has been misqualified on planet Earth through assumptions and through analyzation, which are the two downfalls of humanity.
And mine, I analyze a lot.
The masculine needs to be educated by the divine feminine. If it is not educated by the divine feminine, it's a very scary situation.
Okay, then I'm going to trust and I'm going to talk to her.
Right. So as I feel inside of you, what I need to feel inside of you. So I'm going to send you an energy and tell me when you start to feel excitement for this relationship with your divine feminine.
Now, again, I feel it like
yes, my. Now let me tell you something. When you are in rightful action with the divine feminine, prosperity and abundance is naturally yours, because prosperity in abundance is connected to the divine feminine. It is not connected to the masculine. Okay. The divine feminine knows the energy of money, understands the energy of prosperity and abundance, because it's all about sustenance. And then it tells the mind what to do with that energy. But if the mind gets prosperity and it doesn't talk to the feminine, then the mind starts buying things and just getting into things and putting its money into things that aren't spiritually developing or creating more awareness for the feminine energy to expand and create on planet Earth. That's why I always make the comment, like, to my male friends, stop investing in masculine ideas and start investing in feminine ideas, because feminine ideas look for the greater whole of humanity and masculine looks for what it can get individually. If it's not connected to the feminine. If the masculine is gaining from the feminine, then it sees the big world picture, you see? So anytime I create anything, it's never for, let me self-serve Shaman Durek, because it's not about that. It's about me asking the very simple question to how I get an opportunity to demonstrate love to the community. I get an opportunity to demonstrate a product that will help people grow. I get an opportunity to create a meditation app that will blow people's powers open in a short amount of time using a different type of method when it comes to meditation. Most people, everyone has different forms of meditation. But the meditation that activates energy are short burst meditations. It's like biohacking. You do biohacking, you run a bike for, like, let's say 8 minutes with intense energy, and then you rest for another 10 seconds, and you run it with intense energy, and then you rest, and then you're done. And it's like you rode your bike all day long. That's great for some people because they like to biohack their system. Some people want to ride their bike all day long. That's fine. But it takes a longer process for your body to activate those energies because it's over a duration of time. The reason why I created the Lit Vibe meditation app is to give activations, quick activations to people's bodies that change things quickly. So when you are operating with the education of the feminine, you get quick activations, you see? And so then what happens is when you see me sending you energy, the reason why you can feel the energy, because I'm not sending it through my mind. Most human beings, when they do healing, they're thinking in their head, okay, I'm giving this person healing. I don't train my students that way. No. You give healing through the feminine, and it penetrates any force field or anything that anyone has that would be limiting them from receiving the healing. You can go into a hospital with someone who's sick and start telling them you're strong, you're this, you're that, and the other. But if you go in the hospital and start feeling them in health, feeling them getting out of that bed, feeling the energy of joy, happiness, and strength that you're sending them, that's gonna penetrate them so fast.
Okay.
If you start thinking, I want prosperity, I want abundance, that's not gonna do it. Because prosperity and money and anything that brings sustenance in your life comes from the divine feminine. You need to feel what your life would feel like having money. Feel what you would do with that money in rightful action. Feel how good that would make you feel. Like if I said to you right now, say emotions.
Emotions.
How demonstrate for me how I would feel being financially free.
Being financially free.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Now you take it one step further. Say emotions.
Emotions.
Take that energy that I felt by feeling financially free.
Take that energy that I feeling financially free.
And educate my ego and mind with it.
And educate my ego and mind with it. It's like a mix of peace and getting ready to get a trip or something.
Now, say feminine spirit.
Feminine spirit.
Run that energy through my being.
Run that energy through my being.
All day long.
All day long.
And keep educating my ego and my mind.
And keep educating my ego and my mind.
Stay in alignment with it.
To stay in alignment with it. I stopped crying.
So what you're actually doing is telling your feminine to demonstrate what that feels like. And then every time your mind and your ego vacillate from that alignment, it keeps it in alignment.
Okay.
And this is how we get out of scarcity thinking, lack thinking, malfunction in thinking, putting ourselves to the masculine pitting itself against the feminine. It should never pit itself against the feminine.
Okay. One last question, just to know. Am I doing, because I'm running two businesses and I have another idea, but I don't know, am I doing right or I have to go to a company?
Look at right. Feminine emotions.
Feminine emotions.
Take one of your businesses and tell me what give me one of your businesses.
Merca a la medida.
Perfect. Say feminine spirit.
Feminine spirit.
Show me a demonstration.
Show me a demonstration.
On how you feel about this business.
Of how you feel about Merca a la medida. I feel like a hole here.
Okay. Feminine spirit.
Feminine spirit.
What is the imbalance in this business?
What is the imbalance in this business? That I don't believe I can do it.
That's right. It's a belief of you not doing it, but it's also a belief that you're seeking validation for doing it to believe in yourself. So my feminine spirit went into your body, she told me to tell you that if you don't believe in something and you only believe in it when you see the validation of other people enjoying it or liking it, then you shouldn't start it in the beginning in the first place. Because anytime you start anything and you go into it with, I won't believe in it or believe that it will be successful until I see people believing in it, then people only receive what you send out energetically. When I created the Spirit Optimizers with my partner, Evan, we already knew that people were going to be blown away by the opportunity to experience the Spirit Optimizers, and that was going to fly off the shelf and be in the homes of people worldwide, where they're going to be able to benefit from its amazing gifts and its amazing powers. And that's exactly what has happened. I would never go into anything with the idea of, is it going to be successful?
I hope it works.
Uh-uh.
Like that.
That means your feminine spirit is not in alignment. God is not in alignment. Because if you have to say, I hope it works, or I hope this is successful, that means that you have not run it by your feminine energy to find out how it can be successful.
Okay.
Your feminine spirit knows exactly what makes it successful. Now you can say, feminine spirit, what do I have to do? Help me to feel what I have to do to make it successful.
Help me to feel what I have to do to make it successful. Joy?
Yeah.
Or like
Immediately, I heard, she literally said to you, have fun, make it fun, get excited, have joy, and let that spread in what you're doing. So then what do? Now that you have that information, you do step two. Step two, educate the masculine. Then you say, feminine spirit.
Feminine spirit.
Educate the ego and the mind.
Educate the ego and the mind.
Of the right type of thinking.
Of the right type of thinking.
Or mindset.
Or mindset. To
align to what you just shared with me.
To align to what you just shared to me.
That's the darkness coming out. That's all the green gas that we talk about in my book. It's the darkness really losing their grip on your mind. That's all it is.
You know what I feel? Sometimes I do marketing. So sometimes I feel like if I do what I really want to do, they are not going to buy me. So I feel sometimes that I put myself in the box of everybody's going to like this instead of...
Okay, so that's not you feeling, that's you thinking. Because the feelings don't operate like that. That's the mind telling the emotions what to feel.
Oh.
That's not feeling. Feeling is asking the feminine. When you just create emotion, that's the mind dictating to the feminine.
Okay.
That's called masculine domination.
Yeah, and it feels scary all the time because I don't know what they're going to think.
Let me tell you something. The masculine's power is in holding space for the feminine. It is in not dictating to the feminine. It's holding space for the feminine. So literally, when I get a thought that comes in my mind, okay, it could be coming from the muses. I say, feminine spirit, I just got a thought about this. What do you feel about it? And then the feminine tells me, and then I tell the masculine, and then the masculine, if it needs more information, I go directly to spirit. I go directly to God, to my angels, to the spirit guides, to the spirit helpers, and to my ancestors who are seeing everything laid out in front of them of my life, because now they're on the other side. So therefore, then I take that information and share it with the mind, and therefore then I make moves. I don't make moves until my feminine spirit says make moves.
Okay.
Same thing in my relationship. When I met my fiance, she fell in love with me. She said, do you love me? I said, I do love you. However, I need to make sure it's not my mind that has an agenda because you're a princess or because you are this or that or the other. I want to make sure that my mind is not focused on that. So in order to do that, I need at least 8 to 9 months of courtship time with you to make sure that it's my emotional feminine spirit that is a yes, go for this relationship because it supports me on all levels of my being, and I'm able to support you on all levels of your being. I don't want to go in a relationship because my mind has an agenda. So I need to make sure there's no agenda. So I need time. And she gave me that time. And what it did was it allowed me to go, oh my God, I'm madly in love with you. And now I'm so secure in my love for you that it doesn't matter what anyone says, what anyone does, how anyone acts towards us, what anyone tries to do to us will never break us because the love is built on a strong foundation of realness, of truth, of solid, feminine yes in my being. So it doesn't matter what people do because they don't want us to be together, or they say that that I'm manipulating you or putting black magic on you, or whatever the things that people come up with in their assumptions and accusations of their own minds, which is people's minds can be as vivid and crazy as possible. Let me tell you. The truth is we know the truth, and our love and foundation was built on that truth. And that means that any hurricane, any windstorm, any earthquake come, there's this great song that I love from this amazing country music singer. And she talks about, but the bones are good. And it's called The Bones Are Good. And it's actually beautiful. It's like, here, let me just pull it up for you so you can hear it. And it's brilliant. And it's exactly how you have to be with God. It's the way you have to be with every aspect of your being when it comes to how you're going to facilitate your life, when it comes to trust, when it comes to with love. You have to be so clear that, and the wolves can come and anyone can say whatever they want, but the bones are good. That means the solid foundation that you built is built on that foundation. We're in the home stretch of a high tide. We took a hard left, but we're all right. We built this. When the bones are good, the brain still fire. When the pain can peel, the glass can shatter. Let it break. You and I will be the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation. The house don't fall when the bones are good.
Can you send it later so I can
call it dumb luck? Call it dumb luck.
Okay.
You and I, we can't even mess it up. Even though we both tried. Doesn't always go the way we planned it, but the wolves came and went, and we're still standing, and the bones are good. The rest don't matter. When the paint can peel, the glass can shatter. Let it break. You and I will be the same. Got it?
Yes.
That's the relationship you have to have with God. That's the relationship you have to have with your feminine spirit. That's the relationship you have to have with people that you bring into your life. They have to have a strong foundation. If there is no strong foundation, a hurricane can come, a windstorm can come, an earthquake can come, and everything will shatter and fall to the ground.
Okay.
Your faith has to be as strong as that song. The bones of your house cannot fall down because your faith is unbreakable. Do you know how many times people have come at me and my beloved fiance and tried to break us up, make her believe that I'm a bad person, make me believe that it's crazy for me to even be in a relationship with someone? Every type of Tom, Dick, and Harry, Susan, Bob, and Jill, and whoever else came through, press, you name it, whoever past relationships, everybody, even people in your own family, trying to come in and create a disruption within their relationship. And you know what me and my fiance do? We sit and we smile and we laugh. And you know why we do that? Because we built our house solid. Our house has bones, good bones. Nothing can break those bones. We built trust with each other. We built transparency with each other. We built honoring each other's truth, holding space for each other's wisdom. Each of us represent each other's power. We each represent that we think differently, but we also support each other's different way of thinking. We trust and know that our bones are so good that the wolves can come. People could try to hammer us, saw, they can't get anything through. And that irritates people. And you know why that irritates people? Because people want to see your house fall, but they can't understand how come they keep doing everything they can to try to rip you apart or tear you apart or make things go wrong for you, and they can't. Because our house is not only built with our love, our house is built with God's love. My fiance and I are God-loving children. We love God. We love spirit. We love nature spirits. We love the angels. We love the spirit guides. We love our ancestors. And we do everything to honor them. We do rituals. We do offerings. We sing to them. We dance to them. We praise them, and we thank them.
I love you. I love your couple, and I hope I can find someone like that
No,
for me.
hope I can find someone.
I want someone.
My feminine energy will guide me to the person I'm supposed to be with when I listen to my feminine wisdom.
My feminine energy will guide me to the person like that when I listen to my feminine wisdom.
So when you meet someone, you say feminine spirit. Do you feel that this person represents the highest level of love for me? And if you get a no, don't try to get your mind to convince you because the sex was good or because they said something to you that was so profound or any of these type of things. That's a no. If your feminine spirit is saying absolutely not, I don't care what words in your mind is telling you, oh, I don't want to leave this relationship because of the kids, or I don't want to be in this situation because I don't want them to feel alone. Shut up. The feminine said no. That's the road we're taking.
Okay.
Your feminine knows. That's why when people get broken up with someone, they go, oh, Shaman Durek, my heart is broken. I'm like, no, your heart's not broken. Your heart is celebrating. Your heart is singing songs. Your heart is like, oh my God, finally this person is out of her life, out of his life. What a drain. What a waste of energy that we had to constantly keep putting into something that we've been telling her or telling him that it was not in harmony. It's the ego that makes you feel the pain. It's the ego that tells you you did something wrong. That's why they're leaving you. What did you do? Why did they go for this woman or go for that man instead of you? They went for that man and woman because God said, go for that man and woman so I can find a way to get you out of this relationship. It's the ego that tries to hold it together when it knows it shouldn't be held together. It's the ego that's blocking the door from them leaving when the soul and the heart is saying, get out of the way of the door and let them leave.
That exactly happened to me, and that exactly happened as you described. Like it has to be like to really leave it.
Yes. You understand?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, let me just check my schedule. Oh, I have to go. My goodness. I have to go. I didn't realize how much time has gone by. I have to go. I love
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye, my darling.
Bye. I don't know how to get out.
Just push the corner.
On the corner here.
Yes. My darlings, I had a time for one healing, but we'll do more. And, again, come to the healing temples, come to the webinars, get on the Spirit app, the Lit Vibe spiritual app, and subscribe So, okay, it's $24.99 and, you know, to come onto the app, but you get a community, you get amazing people, and you get me to be there, to guide you, to support you, and to hold space for your intelligence and your amazingness. I have to go because I have to go for an interview, but I do want you to know that I would love to spend more time here because I love showing up for all of you and showing you how much I love you so that you can get the right information and make your life the most amazing, beautiful tapestry of art and beauty and love that life could ever offer you. And I know it's possible for you. You can also set up private sessions with me if you want to have these one-on-ones with me. You know, there's all kinds of ways for you to get involved. You can go take the 30 Days Strong free shamanic training on the website. You can go on the website and take courses that are not expensive so that you can afford it. There's no reason for you not to be able to create the life you want to live. And I am here to hold space for you to be able to do that because you deserve to have your heaven on earth. I deserve to have my heaven on earth, and so forth and so on. So let's make heaven on earth and let's get our dreams fully recognized and our visions fully brought into fruition. And we have the power to do that. I give you all the tools and all the support, and I love you. Now I have to go because I have to do this interview, and I got to go, darlings. Mwah. I love you, love you, love you. Amala Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Ahoa Takuase. Inshallah, mashallah. I love you. Thank you for being on this planet. Thank you for holding space for me to share my love and wisdom with you. I am so grateful. Goodbye. Love you.